Hey, you fucking pricks. It's the Lamentable Podcast here with another episode of Lamentable Podcast. Episode 12. With your hosts, as always, Josh and Kyle. Hey, Kyle. How's it going?
Good.
So we're on episode 12. How does it feel to be this far in?
It's weird that we're actually committed to it, but it seems to be going pretty well.
Yeah. So I'm hoping at some point we just have episode 900.
Yeah, hopefully we're in the thousands like Joe Rogan one day.
Yeah. The Lamentable Podcast episode 1332. And it's our 8 listeners on episode 1331 said that they enjoyed this part of it.
Yeah, basically.
I don't expect there to be a super big following anytime soon. Well, I mean, by the time we get to 1,000, if we do one a week and we get to 1,000, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a long time from now, so you never know what could happen, folks. So, a continuation on with the Joe Taylor stuff, the boxer that we sponsored. I got the t-shirt in, and our logo is on the back.
And it's really sick.
It's really fucking cool. When we upload this to YouTube, we'll put the picture of the back of the t-shirt on. And, yeah, so our logo is the first logo on the back, right on the shoulder. So it's the first logo. If anybody's looking at the back, they're probably going to see, because it's just the first one there. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, we're going to get all those sick followers.
I think it's really sick. It's super awesome that it's just
even if nothing comes out of it, it's just cool to see.
Yeah, and then everybody on his team is going to be wearing them. And he sold them, and he bought 100. And I went there the next day. I went there the day after he got the shirts, and there was only 3 left.
Damn.
So he sold out of all of them, and he said he was going to get more.
Shit.
So a lot of people have the Lamentable Podcast logo chilling in their closet. And
sick.
So that's fucking cool.
So hopefully they'll just look it up one day.
Yeah, they'd literally just be bored, and they'll see it hanging off the back of their chair or something, and they tossed it in the laundry pile, and it landed, and they're like, oh, Lamentable Podcast, I wonder what that is. And they're like, this is pretty shitty.
Yeah, probably. They're like, wow, Lamentable. What a great name for it.
I honestly love our fucking podcast name.
I mean, it is a good explanation of what it is.
And it's just super unique. There's literally nothing that's named Lamentable that I've found on the internet anyways. So, and there's definitely not a Lamentable Podcast out there except for us. So, yeah, we have that sick uniqueness, bro.
Yeah, dude.
So cool. So, when I went to get the shirt, I walked to his gym, and we were just talking, and he said that he wants to be on the podcast. So we're gonna get Joe Taylor on the podcast.
Dang.
And sometime in the next upcoming weeks, or maybe a month or so, depending on when I can scrape up the money, we are going to get a video camera, and we're going to try doing video podcasts so you can see our sick face reveals, dude.
Whoa.
Even though everyone that listens to this already knows what we look like, except for 3 or 4 people. But yeah, so you'll get to see us, and we're going to have Joe Taylor be the first person as our first video podcast.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that'll just fucking be super awesome.
To actually have a semi-popular person on there?
Yeah, somebody that everybody in our hometown knows. So literally, he'll probably share it on his stuff and be like, hey, I'm in this podcast. And people will be like, sick. So we'll get a bunch of views on it more than anything. That'll be pretty cool. So we're going to brush up on our boxing knowledge before that happens, and it'll be after the fight, so we'll be able to talk about that. I know he's going to win, too, because he literally is he's going to beat him. So he's going to literally win, and we're going to be like, hey, let's watch a video of your knockout. And he's going to be like, sick.
Sick.
It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, too bad we don't know anything really about boxing right now, so we're going to have to...
I know, like, stuff that, like, Joe Rogan's talked about, because I watch, like, all of his podcasts, and he literally, like, always brings it up in every episode that he does. So, like, I'd have, like, general knowledge, but I don't know anything about his career and all his fights and stuff, so we'll have to, like, brush up on that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot, like, probably more of an interview than anything, because I'm not too sure he's going to be happy with the way we do the podcast.
Yeah, just talking about random stuff.
Yeah, just random crap. Even though it would be pretty cool, just like we talk about boxing for a little while, and then we're just like, hey, what's the last movie you watched, Joe?
I wonder, did he listen to our podcast or what?
I don't think he has. He did tell me to let him know when I uploaded the next one, and he'll post it up. So
cool.
I'm just gonna let him know after this one, and maybe he'll post this one up. Unless he wants to just wait until the one that he's in, which I wouldn't really mind either. I honestly believe him being on our first video podcast is going to be a sick, like, jump. Because people are going to watch it, so it's just super decent exposure. Mm-hmm. Plus, it's a video podcast, so it's going to be at least semi-entertaining more than just listening to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm going to move my room around. I mean, nobody listening right now knows what it looks like except for the people that have been in my house. But the layout that it is right now wouldn't be ideal for having a camera set up. So I'm going to change my room around and put a screen next to my couch. So we're all going to be sitting on the couch and then have the screen in the camera's view. That way, if we play a video, most likely like some of Joe's like clips or something, we'll be able to have them on camera and people will be able to see them. So I'm just super excited.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy how far we've come.
I literally have nothing else to like put my time and effort into. I mean, I just go to work and come home. So I'm like, what stuff can I do for the podcast?
Yeah, literally, this is my only hobby.
So I also want to get a sign made before then too, so we can have like a sign in the background. So it's just like have a sign behind us that says Lamentable Podcast. Mm-hmm. Just put like it could literally just be like a paper poster or something. It doesn't have to be super extravagant, like one of those like store signs, you know, like the actual cutout blocks of metal or whatever.
Yeah.
How people make their signs. We don't need anything like that right now. If at some point we just got super big and got a fucking studio or something, maybe. But for now, I'm just gonna get like a poster or a cardboard cutout thing or something. But yeah, so we got some big moves coming into Lamentable Podcast Town. That's pretty cool. It's just really, I don't know. I like looking forward to stuff like this. It's pretty exciting.
I don't have anything else to look forward to, so.
Yeah, literally. We're just like, all right, maybe we'll play some Rocket League.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's play some Infected on Call of Duty.
Sit here and vape all day.
Literally.
Exciting. Yeah, dude.
Speaking of vape, our co-host Kyle here finally got his own vape, and it's really sick. It's like literally the same exact one as mine, but his is in like a green and red and black.
It's like green and red.
And he's got a matching tank and drip tip. It's super fucking sick.
Yeah, dude, I'm a real cool kid now because I vape all day. I'll sell this to like a middle schooler one day when I feel like I need money.
Yeah.
They'll think it's super sick.
They'll be like, whoa, dude, $900? What a steal.
So, what is this box? The Shogun?
It's the Shogun Univmod. So anybody that's listening and knows about vaping, it's the Shogun Univmod by iJoy and the Mesh Bro tank. So mine is the teal, red, and black one with the metal gold Shogun unit, or the metal gold Mesh Pro. And he has the light green, red, and black Shogun Univmod. And the, what's that called? Resin. Yeah, he's got the red, black, and green resin tank version of the Mesh Pro. I honestly heard that the resin ones are better than the metal ones, even though they're literally the exact same tank, so it makes zero difference. But From what I've heard about people at the vape shop, they're like, the resin ones are better.
Whoa, dude, mine's such a high quality vape.
You actually do have like a super high quality vape for like your first vape, though. Everyone else would get like a smock kit or something, and they'd be like, whoa, dude.
I just wanted something for work so I could just sit in my car and vape and get a nicotine addiction.
Hey, whatever. There's worse ways to get nicotine addictions. You could be like chewing tobacco or
I could be
cigarettes.
dipping all day.
Have a pack of fat lip and get lip cancer or something. That'll always be exciting.
Yeah, my favorite.
So yeah, we have some sick vapes.
Yeah, this podcast was very last minute. We have like nothing to talk about.
Yeah, we don't really. I mean, literally most of the time we never have anything to talk about, and then we always just figure some kind of topic to just talk about.
Drag it out for an hour usually.
So I don't know if you've been reading about the Bills and stuff, but apparently like a bunch of people already have injuries.
Yeah, I know Tyler Kroft broke his foot.
He broke his foot, and then the guy we got from Dallas, the fucking receiver.
Cole Beasley?
Yeah, Cole Beasley. I don't know why I forgot his name. Cole Beasley got surgery, and somebody else got surgery. Both of them got the same exact surgery. It's like an abdomen surgery or something. Some kind of muscle surgery. So there's a bunch of people just fucking injured already.
Well, I mean, there's a long time till the season.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, that they're hoping that everyone's fine by the beginning, but it's just our luck to get a bunch of good players, and they're just like, well, we're going to be hurt, so...
Buffalo Bills football IRL.
It's all right. Joe, yeah. Josh Allen will fucking tear it up no matter who's playing on the field.
Oh, definitely.
Josh Allen will just be like, yep, I'm doing everything now. He just bombs a 90-yard pass to himself.
As if that's not what he didn't already do before.
Literally.
He was already the whole offense, really.
Speaking of football, we played football the other day. Last weekend-ish? Or wait, what day was it?
Sunday?
Yeah, I think it was Sunday. We played some sick football. We actually went, before we played football, we went and just tossed a football around and did some sick kicking, trying to do some field goals at the broken uprights we have in our local park.
It was a real good time because none of us can kick.
Literally none of us got it. But we tossed the pigskin around. Got some sick throws in.
Yeah, real bro shit.
We had like a triangle thing going on. We had like two balls, so we were just throwing them at each other. And yeah, so that was pretty sick. And then we left, and then everyone decided they wanted to play football, so we were like, all right, we're going back. Time to play some sick fucking team football.
Yeah, it was me, Josh, and Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie.
Well, this was the day after our sick game night that we had.
Oh, yeah. Did we talk? We didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, so we had like a party, sort of. I mean, it pretty much was a party where we usually have one every like 6 months or so. And so all of us would get together. Actually, this one was like, our last one was not even like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So this one we had pretty short in between, but it's also summertime, so it's easier for people to get around and shit. So yeah, we went to Nick, his girlfriend's house, and we all played board games and drank some silly sodas and whatnot. And we got food. That was pretty exciting.
Oh yes, it's
always
exciting to go to McDonald's at 3 a.m.
I didn't really play any of the games because I didn't get how any of them fucking worked. Because the games they were playing are games that I've never played before in my life.
I got how they worked. People just didn't want to play them correctly, so that was kind of the issue with the one.
Yeah, people were getting super triggered.
What was the name of the game? It was called like a werewolf or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something like that.
It's kind of like Mafia, if you know where that is, where every night everybody has a role, and then at night everybody closes their eyes, and then, each role has a job. Like the werewolves kill somebody, and whatever. Just do whatever random stuff. But this game was slightly different. The werewolves didn't kill anybody in this version. They just had to be found out, because they did like other weird shit.
Yeah, everyone else had to work together to figure out who the werewolves were.
But we're not good at working together, and people thought the game wasn't enough like Mafia, so people were getting mad that it wasn't playing out correctly. So that, I mean, this is generally how our board games go. Somebody just gets mad and screams, and then it's over.
It's like a recurring thing. Literally every time all of us like play a game, everyone like half the group gets super triggered, and the other half's like, I don't know why y'all are triggered, but sure.
Yeah. I remember one time playing Risk. We used to play Risk every week, and we played a specific version of Risk called I don't know. I can't think of what it's called, but I don't know. There's like 5 different factions, and each faction does like has its own like power up, and you play 15 games, and the person with the most wins at the end of the 15 is the overall winner. But the one time we were playing, I had not won yet, and I literally had the game won. Like, I legitimately won the game. Like, I rolled the dice, and the guy that I was rolling against, I don't even remember who it was, lost. So it was over. I won. But you can use nukes in that game, which automatically makes the die on whichever side you choose a 6, so it's an automatic win. And after we rolled the dice, they were like, well, we're going to use this nuke so you lose. And I was like, oh!
Can you even do that, though?
No, you can't. It was against the rules, but we let it happen anyway. And I got super triggered, and I was screaming. And
I mean, I'd be triggered. That's stupid.
This was when I was like a teenager, though, and had lots of hormones and was very ragey at the time.
When you guys played D&D, did people get triggered a lot? Because
yeah.
I only played with you guys once, and nothing really happened.
Yeah, people would get triggered, just because half the people wouldn't even attempt to, like I would always try to continue the story. I was never, like, there's the alignment chart, like, like lawful, good, neutral.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, chaotic. But I was always neutral. I just wanted the story to move again, so I would do whatever. So if it was, like, do something illegal, I'd be like, okay. And if not, it would be like, do this. I'd be like, okay. Sometimes I would try to do something stupid, but for the most part, I would try to. Other people, though, would just be like, yeah, well, I want to do this just to piss someone else off. And it's like,
let's kill Dante.
Literally. Like, the one time it was like, I'm going to take a shot at this guy, and he rolled a 1, so it was a crit fail. And he was like, well, I want my crit fail to hit Dante. And I don't know who the dungeon master was at the time, but he was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So it's just like, why are you even trying to do that? I think it was Jacob. I want to say Jacob was the one that said that.
Hey, what the fuck, Jacob?
They always tried to rape someone. I don't know what that was about. They would kidnap some women. What? The light got really dim in here for a minute.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? I thought the power was going to go out for a second or something. But, yeah, I only played D&D with you guys one time, and it was, like, really neutral. Nothing really happened. We were just like, okay, you're going in this castle or whatever. And we were like, sure, let's try to kill people.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I'd like to play that again. I bought all those dice. Like, I bought, like, 20 sets of dice, and then nobody played again. And I was like, oh, nice, thanks.
Yeah, well, we don't even play D&D correctly. We basically just do storytelling with dice rolls.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. It gets way too intricate if you fucking play by the rules.
Yeah.
People listening that play D&D seriously are like,
yeah, what are you probably doing? Be like, wow, you guys are stupid. Which we are, because no one, like we said, no one likes to play by the rules or actually try and work together, so stuff never works out.
It's like, hey, I want to kill that guy. Hopefully I get a good roll. Lol. Oh, sick, I get to kill that guy. And it was okay. I mean, that was literally like one of the only times I've ever played the game, so I mean, I didn't really get into it super deep, but if we ever got to play again, I'd definitely play. It wouldn't be too bad.
Well, yeah, I like playing. It's just we don't do it right, and it makes it hard sometimes.
I have a sick set of dice there, but I don't know if it's still there. It's probably missing now. It's been literally like 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
I bought that.
Some of the dice are still there.
I bought that fat sack of dice. It was literally like 20 whole sets of dice in different colors. And it had like a special edition. It was like, looked like blood. And I was like, these are going to be mine. I have cool dice. And then we never played again. And I was like, oh, cool. I wasted all my money on these dice for everybody. And then nobody wanted to play again. So that's cool. But, yeah, hopefully most of the dice are still there and we can fucking play a game
They're probably
sometime.
lost because people are stupid and throw them around. And
Yeah, probably.
But there's a good amount of them. You really only need one set. But...
Yeah. Well, I left mine in a little manila envelope. So if there's a little manila envelope with dice in it, those are mine.
Okay.
Those are my specific set. Those are the ones that I want to use. I thought that I brought them and put them in my junk drawer, but I looked a little while ago, a couple weeks ago, when I was cleaning everything up, and I couldn't find them. I was like, whatever, they're probably still at Kyle's. They're lost or whatever.
So, yeah. We did game night. We watched the Marble Olympics, which we always do.
I had my podcast playing on the TV in the living room, and whoever was signed in on the Fire Stick that they had on Spotify and on YouTube, I just subscribed and followed. So that's exciting. Yeah, we have 26 subscribers on YouTube now.
Yeah, dude, we're fucking top tier.
Making our way up there. Getting super famous, dude. Yeah, so we have we have almost 200 downloads on the thing now. So our first 100 took us like 5 weeks, and then the last I think we're at 195 right now. So the last 100 has just been like 2 weeks. It's like, all right, cool, that's fine.
Cool.
It only goes up from here, Kyle.
Yep.
Hopefully, anyways.
I'm sure people love listening to us talk about the podcast itself. But,
We're like, hey, want to hear about the podcast on the podcast? Cool. But yeah, so...
it's our lives. We have nothing else to talk about. And
Yeah.
that's what our podcast is about, is our lives. So
pretty much, unless something crazy happens and we have something to talk about. Well, our podcast will probably pick up in... once it's football, because we'll talk about football a lot, probably.
Yeah.
So once football starts, we'll have lots of fun stories to tell about, like, tailgating and stuff, which we've probably talked about before, but... yeah, so... right now, it's kind of at a standstill with the topics to talk about, because the most exciting thing to happen to us, other than the podcast itself, is just the Joe Taylor stuff going on. And then we already talked about the camera thing, which I'm pretty excited about. Hopefully that goes over well.
what kind of camera did you want to get?
So I was looking at a couple, but the one that I think I'm going to get is the Vixia RF800. It's like $250, and it records in 1080. It's not the greatest camera, and we'll probably have to get like a wide lens for it, but I can just get one of those on Amazon or something for like $20. But I watched a bunch of videos on it and stuff, and it looks like it'd be fine. It's going to be sitting still. It's not like we're recording like with a person holding it.
Yeah.
So if it's sitting still, I'm sure it'll be better quality than it would be if it was moving around and stuff. So I'm hoping that it goes over well. If not, it'll just be a little bit lower quality video, which won't be, I mean, it's not horrible. What is, you just get to see two people talking anyways, or three people, whoever's on the podcast. But I'm hoping it's going to turn out pretty decent, because I'm going to get the sign. I'm going to have the couch, when the sign behind it, and the camera set up, and the screen, and all that stuff. So it'll look semi-professional. Hopefully it'll be entertaining to watch. Hopefully it'll be better than just listening to it, and more people will actually watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because right now it's literally just all Spotify downloads, pretty much, just because you can listen to it in the car and stuff.
Not that you won't be able to listen to it on Spotify.
No, yeah, we're still going to be uploading it to Spotify, but we're just going to have a video version on YouTube now. I'm not sure if we'll always do video version. I'm thinking maybe we'll only do video ones if we have like guests or something.
Yeah.
And like every now and then we'll do video ones with just us. Because I don't know how much effort it's going to be to do the editing for it every single time. But I mean, I assume it can't be that difficult if we're just doing the podcast, because we don't even edit the podcast anyways. So I feel like we just record
For the most part, yeah, we usually leave it.
Unless something really stupid happens, which is very rare. We haven't had a mistake in like 9 episodes.
Yeah.
Literally, we just finished recording and then we just uploaded immediately afterwards. It's like, all right, this will ought to do.
Yeah, we don't say stupid stuff really anymore. We've become smarter.
Yeah, one way to put it. So I got, so I drink G Fuel, which has been mentioned a few times in the past podcast.
Yeah, dude. Josh is such a sick gamer.
Yeah, dude, I got the G Fuel make me very good at the video game. But I bought the PewDiePie cup. I have the PewDiePie Tallboy G Fuel shaker. And I got the Tropical Rain flavor this time. Last time I got peach iced tea, which the peach iced tea one is super fucking good because it just tastes like regular old peach iced tea, but it's just got like more caffeine and good stuff in it. But I was on, I don't know what it was, Facebook or Instagram, whatever. I saw an ad for G Fuel, and of course, literally the second time. This is only the second time I've bought the G Fuel, but the first time I bought it, the next day they started a sale where it was buy one get one free tubs. And then today I saw an ad for buy one get one free tubs, and I just bought mine. I'm like, wow, maybe next time I buy it, I'll just wait a week and wait for them to do a fucking buy one get one free. It makes me so salty because I'm like, wow, I literally could have gotten double the product for the same price. Fantastic, I love it. But I mean, whatever, it's my own fault.
You think G Fuel is a good product?
I like G Fuel. Dude, if we get big, I want G Fuel to sponsor us. I don't think G Fuel sponsors any podcasts, so if it could be the first podcast that G Fuel sponsors, that'd be sick as fuck.
Yeah, dude, it gets us in the zone to talk real good.
I gotta talk really fast, and we're like, oh my god, Kylie, have you seen the shit? Blah, 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 blah. I just had some G Fuel before you got here.
Damn.
And I also had a cup of G Fuel this morning.
I'm drinking some Gatorade, so I got those electrolytes in me. I'm doing real good, too, man.
I like G Fuel. Peach iced tea is probably going to be the flavor that I keep going back to, but I want to try all of them. Apparently, they're coming out with a new flavor in the next week or two, so we'll see what that is, and I'll probably try that one too. But they already have 20 different flavors.
I was about to say, didn't they already have a lot?
Yeah, they have an ass load of different ones. They have, usually what it is, they have sponsored this one. The Tropical Rain one is a Phase Clan thing, and they have a couple other different Phase ones. There's a gummy or Swedish fish flavored one, and they have what's his name, the doctor guy. He plays PUBG and Fortnite.
I have no idea.
He's just Doc. That's pretty much what they call him. But he's got his own flavor. I'm surprised PewDiePie doesn't have his own flavor, but he has his own cup now, so I assume that's just what they did instead. It would be pretty funny if the flavor they came out with is just a PewDiePie flavor. It's pink stuff, lol. The PewDiePie G Fuel flavor is $300 chair. $3.99. $3.99 chair. That's the G Fuel flavor that PewDiePie is coming out with in my fake existence.
Yep. So, how's work been for you?
Same as usual, literally. Today I had one customer, and they didn't buy anything. They actually returned something.
Oh.
So, and it was literally super bad. This lady, I think it was 3 o'clock. So I didn't have nobody came in at all until 3 o'clock, and it was this lady. And she walks in, and I was on the phone with the person that was up at the other store. And she comes in, and she's a very crazy-looking lady. And she's like, this phone's broken. And I was like, ma'am, I'm on the phone. Could you give me a second? And she's like, oh, sure. And I was like, okay, whatever. This lady is obviously going to cause problems. So I just finished my phone call up, and I was like, all right, what can I do for you? She's like, I need to return this phone. I got it 3 days ago, and it's the worst phone I ever had. And I was like, all right, well, let me see your receipt, and let me look at it.
And she was like, receipt?
No, she had a receipt, but it was super crumpled up. She threw it away the 3 days ago and then had to dig it out of the trash. It was literally the most crumpled up receipt I've ever seen in my life, and she had it extended, and it was just literally looked like it was picked out of the garbage. But So she's like, yeah, I want a full refund, and I want my money now. And I was like, whatever. So I called. I forgot how to do the returns, so I called the person that worked at the store back, and I was like, hey, can you tell me how to redo the how to do the refunds on phones? And they're like, yeah, whatever. So they told me how to do it. So I was like, all right, let me see the phone. I have to make sure it's still fully working and all that stuff. And she's like, it's fine. I only got it 3 days ago. And I was like, well, I mean, you never know. You could have dropped it or something. So I have to look at it anyways. And she was like, I have to delete all my numbers and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not taking it yet, ma'am, please. I'm not taking the phone away yet. I literally just have to make sure it's working so I can do the refund, or it won't let me do it. And she was like, whatever. And then the battery was at like 3%. And I was like, why? Why did you not charge your phone? So I had to do everything really quickly and factory reset it and all that stuff. And so when you do a return, well, I found out later, but I always have the person sign the receipt. I always print off 2 copies of the return receipt, and I have them sign one so I can put it with the return phone in the back. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, you have to sign this for me, ma'am. And then she looks at the receipt, and she's like, so she got only $21 back, because that's how much the phone was. She got $21.59 back.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, oh my God, why do I only get $21 back? I paid $87. I was like, ma'am, that's for the bill and everything. You paid for the bill. You can't get refunds on a bill. And she's like, oh my God, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. You owe me this money. And I'm like, no, ma'am, I don't make the rules. You have to understand, I literally have no control over any of this. And she's like, wow, this is the worst ever that I've ever fucking dealt with. And she was just blabbering on and fucking yelling and hooting. And I was like, all right, whatever. Well, you have to sign the receipt, ma'am. So she signs the receipt and she leaves. So I like, all right, whatever. So I put the receipt in the phone and back in the back room. And I go on with my day or whatever, just like cleaning up and like wiping off the counters and all that stuff and making everything nice. And I go back and I sit down and I'm like watching YouTube videos on my phone, and I look over at the receipt and I realize that she wrote bullshit on the receipt instead of signing it. She wrote bullshit instead of signing her name. And I was like, no, you can't fucking do this. So I messaged my boss and I was like, yeah, so this lady returned a phone and signed the receipt not with her name. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, she wrote bullshit on the receipt instead of writing her name on there. And he was like, oh, well, we don't need signed receipts anyways. And I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine.
Damn.
So it's still fucking stupid. She was like 40-something. Like, she was an older lady and she wanted to be a little fucking child and write bullshit on her receipt. What a fucking dumbass.
You gotta love stupid people. You know, the people that have never worked in like the service industry in their life, because they act like we care about like their product that they bought or anything really.
My sole purpose in this company is to sell you that device. Yeah. And when you buy that device, you have to pay your bill, because we're not a contract company. You have to pay your bill month to month. So you pay your bill when you come in, and that's your first month's bill. So you pay your first month's bill, activation, and the price of the phone. So she bought the phone, she paid her first month's bill, and paid the activation. And the phone was only $20. So sorry about your luck, but you can only get refunded the phone. You don't get your fucking bill and activation back. That's not how it works. And she was like, oh, what did she say? She said something about she's like, oh my God, I paid this bill for no reason. I'm like, okay, ma'am, you're the one that wants to return the phone. That's your problem. You literally are doing that. And literally your account isn't deleted, so you can still use that number and stuff if you have a SIM card. Like, It's not gone. So that's why you don't get it refunded. And if you want to cancel your account, you can call customer service and they can help you through it. But you're not going to get refunded your money back. You don't get refunded money back for bills. That's like going to pay your electric bill. Yeah. Your electric bill is $200-something, and you're like, you know what? I don't want electric now. Give me my $200 back. They're like, what, are you fucking retarded? No?
Yeah.
That's not how life works. So if you're listening to this and you like to be one of those fucking complaining-ass people that doesn't realize how shit works, listen to the person that's selling you the fucking thing and giving you the refund on part of your shit. You don't get bills back. You don't. That's not how anything works. Any company, any service, no. It's like going to a fucking restaurant and you pay for your meal and leave a tip, and then you get food poisoning and you're like, I want my money back.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Well,
I have another story that happened. Well, it's the first day I worked this week, Tuesday. Yeah, I had Monday off. So I worked Tuesday, and my computer was having, like, super dumb issues. Like, I couldn't sign in or anything. And so I literally had to keep the doors locked because I couldn't, like, cash in the register or anything. So I had to keep the door locked, and it literally took, like, my boss and them until, like, 12:30 to get anything set up for me to use. So I had this lady come in. She was, like, knocking on the door, and I was like, oh, sorry, my computer's system is down right now. I can't really do anything for anybody right now. She's like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll come back. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then she came back, like, 20 minutes later, and she came back, like, 20 minutes later, and she was, like, super salty, and she's like, the person that worked here yesterday was doing this and this and this. And I was like, okay, ma'am, I'm not even clocked in. I'm technically not working right now, so please. I also wasn't working yesterday, so I have no fucking idea what you're talking about whatsoever. So please do not freak out on me. And I was really nice to her. I was like, ma'am, it's okay. I understand.
Like, again, what are you supposed to do? The computer's down.
Yeah,
There's nothing you can do.
And I told her that the first time. So she leaves again, and she comes back again, but she literally just knocks on the window, and I'm like, no. I just do, like, the hand with the neck thing. I'm like, no. And so she leaves. And then they give me, like, new login stuff, and I have to use that. So I unlock the door, turn on all the lights, get everything all situated, and she comes back in, and she explains the whole situation, whatever. And I'm like, all right. And she's still, like, freaking out. And I'm like, well, ma'am, I really can't help you. I don't understand what's going on at all. I wish you could tell me what is really going on. And so she's, like, freaking out still. And then she goes to leave again. And so she has like half inside, half out. She's like in the doorway. So I, like, walk up to her to keep talking to her. And she's like, you have the worst customer service I've ever experienced in my life. And I was like, ma'am, thank you. I literally was nice to her the whole time, too, so I don't understand why the fuck she was so mad.
That's not customer service. Because stuff's not working is not customer service.
Literally.
If Josh had called her a fucking bitch and told her to get out of the store, that's bad customer service.
But I literally said thank you. She's like, you have the worst customer service I've ever experienced. And I was like, thank you, ma'am. And then I had one of my higher-ups coming in because she had to, like, change demo phones or whatever. And I don't know what she was doing. She was giving me, like, change for my drawer or whatever. And she came back in, and we finally got everything situated. And she was all nice and peachy then. And I was like, all right, whatever.
Of course she was.
It literally could have just been
because
this easy
people love
to
talking. With. People love talking to managers like they know what they're doing any more than the person.
It's so stupid. I don't. This is, like, not even close to half as, like, working at Cricket isn't even close to being half as bad as it did when I worked at 7-Eleven. Because I worked overnights at 7-Eleven last summer, and I worked overnights, so it was just literally only the worst people ever, every single time a customer came in. At, like, 3 in the morning, there'd be, like, groups of, like, teenagers, and they'd come in and just be stupid as fuck for no reason. Or I'd get, like, older people that are like, this chip's price is cheaper down the road. And I'm like, then go down the road and buy them? I literally can't fucking help you. I don't make the prices here. I literally am just a person that sells you these products. I cash you out and take your money and put it into the drawer to give to my boss. Sorry, I don't make the chip prices. Actually, this company doesn't even make the chip prices either. It's the fucking people that make the chips that makes the chips price.
Literally.
They're like, why do you have this sale on this? And I'm like, that's not nothing to do with us. Actually, people do it at Cricket, too. They're like, well, we have this new hotspot thing, like an actual device now instead of just having it on your phone. And the device itself is $100. Mm-hmm. And you have to get a plan on it. because the hotspot you can get on the phone there is like $10 a month added on top of your bill, and you get like 10 gigabytes. Which 10 gigabytes is not a lot if you're using it to like stream like Netflix or video games or something. That's like for like web browsing on your tablet or something.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. So we came out with this hotspot device, and you can get like 30 gigabytes, and you can add more if you want to, if you run out. And today I had this person come in, and they were like, "Oh, I'm looking for a hotspot," and I was like, "Well, we have this. We can either put it on your phone, or we have the actual device now, and it's $99, and you have to also get another plan on top of it." And they're like, "Well, at Metro PCS, they have 30 gigabytes on just their phone one." And I was like, "Then go to Metro PCS." I don't give a fuck what Metro PCS has. Yeah. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to change the price because theirs is cheaper or has more shit. Like, I can't do anything about that. If you want Metro PCS one, go to fucking Metro PCS. Like, what the fuck does that matter to me or anything that I'm trying to sell you? I mean, I didn't say that. I was like, well, I mean, I don't make the prices here, and I don't know what they do over there, but it's so stupid, too, because, like, Cricket has some of the cheapest fucking phones you can get anywhere. Like, you can literally go to Cricket and buy a phone for, like, $15.
Yeah.
And it's like a smartphone. Mm-hmm. Apps, fucking pictures, anything you want. It's not the highest quality phone, obviously, but people will come in and be like, "You don't have a cheaper phone than this?" And I'm like, that's literally the cheapest phone you can get anywhere. The fucking ones they sell at Walmart are like $30.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, people. And they're
not smart.
The same people that are saying that stuff are the same people with like gold chains and fucking Jordans on. It's like, oh yeah, maybe go get a fucking new phone when you just go sell your fucking shoes or something. Like, maybe you should have thought about that before you bought all this other dumb, stupid shit. Like, that's how life works. You use your money to spend the stuff that you want to get, and then you don't have money to get stuff that you need. Like, oh, I bought this sick gold chain for $500, dude. Look how fucking cool I am. Oh, fuck, my phone's broke. What am I going to do now? I have no money.
Well, yeah, literally.
Oh, I only have $11. Could I have a phone for $11, please? I'm like, well, no, it's $80 plus the cost of the phone. Have a good day. It's just, I don't know, whatever.
My job is a lot less exciting than that. Mine's pretty boring most of the time. I just kind of stand around and wash dishes when I'm not delivering. Or I just talk to people.
At least people give you money.
Yeah, people give me money.
People just give me fucking attitude.
Yeah. I've never had an attitude with a delivery, but that's usually people enjoy that people are bringing them food or something.
Yeah, all people give a fuck about. Once they see that car pull up, they're fucking salivating like a motherfucker. They're like, ooh, there's my pizza. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. But sometimes you just, like, my first delivery I ever made was to this, was called, like, the Buffalo Bills Courage Center or something like that. Some type of school. I have no idea. Some, like, school in Buffalo that I delivered to. And I, like, opened the door, and I walked in, and just this alarm started going off. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And this random security guard kind of ran up out of nowhere. He's like, what the hell are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm delivering a pizza, as you can tell by the pizza in my hand and the Pizza Hut clothes I'm wearing. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he goes inside and gets the person. But so that was like the most exciting. It's just like, oh, wow, a security guard.
That's pretty funny,
Gave me kind of attitude. Same
was
thing.
Was it a lot of food? Or was it like just like one pizza?
I think it was just like one pizza.
Huh.
It was for someone that I think that worked there, but I have no idea.
It's like, I need lunch. Let me just order some Pizza Hut.
But
yeah, so gotta love working. I really liked my concrete job. Like, I wish I could have stayed there. But the people and the drama and the stupid bullshit, like, just literally, I don't need that fucking... literally, that part of the job was worse than the actual manual labor. And it's just fucking stupid. Like, I would come home just drained from having to deal with fucking screaming and bullshit. Like, it was just super toxic, and I didn't need to deal with it. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, guess I'll have a shitty job now because at least I won't feel like I'm fucking retarded.
It's the same thing, like, where I used to work at this restaurant. Like, the managers acted like, I don't know. It's like, I work my ass off all shift because this place is busy as fuck for no reason. This place is way overrated. But people come in here all the fucking time, and it's busy as fuck. So I'm working my ass off as a busser, and I'm finally get a break, and I stand around for 5 minutes. And my manager's like, why aren't you doing anything? And it's like, I've been doing something the whole fucking shift. Can I take a 5-minute breather? Oh, my God. And then they're like, let's just change your schedule without telling you and then fire you because of it. It's like, thank you.
I still think you should have fucking, like, done something about that.
I could have. I
like-
had... Okay. They changed my shift, and they notified me over email, and I didn't check my email because why the fuck would I check my email to see if they fucking changed my shift? I don't know. But so I had plans that day anyway. So that entire day I went, and I didn't realize until after my shift that I was supposed to work. And then the next day I was actually legitimately sick. So I called off. And they were like, well, why'd you no call no show? And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you changed my schedule. They were like, that's not true. And I'm like, nope, I have the email here. I found it now. You did change my schedule. So sorry that I didn't show up, but I am sick now. And then I got a doctor's note, but it was too late by then. But I could have showed him the doctor's note and the email and been like, fuck you.
I don't understand why people would do something like that. Like, at least have, like, a coworker text you or something. Like, the night before or something. At least, like, something way ahead of time. Like, email, like, a lot of people don't even use email nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
Like, if it's not like
Who
an
uses
office job or
emails?
something. Like,
Literally.
the only time you need to use emails is for, like, office work or, like, school. And sending you an email saying that you fucking changed your shift. Like, I don't have notifications on for my emails. Like, I don't get...
Yeah, neither do
I just check my email, like, once every couple of days because I don't get shit.
Yeah, same.
Like, my inbox is usually just,
I'm 20 years old. I don't check emails every day.
Yeah, and, like, nothing important comes in our emails. Like, why would we ever fucking have, like... We're not going to know if you send it by email, pretty much.
But, yeah. Like, that place sucked anyway. Like I said, I worked my ass off for minimum wage.
That's always the fun stuff. That's the best kind of jobs, am I right?
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes I feel like I'm trapped, even though I'm not. But I feel like I'm just like, wow, am I going to be fucking working at this shitty phone store for fucking 20 years or something? It's not shitty. The job isn't bad, and I like doing stuff with technology and all that stuff, and I like learning about the new phones and all that stuff that come out, but it's just fucking stupid, like, the people that come in. Like, just retail in general is dumb. So if I could be, like, a higher up or something and just do stuff like that, that'd be pretty cool, but I'm stuck at the low end.
Yeah. My one delivery driver coworker is, like, really old. He's got to be in his, like, 60s. And he's worked, like, deliveries, like, his entire life. And it's like, how do you even do this? Not that it's a bad job, but it's like, how do you just never go anywhere else?
I hope that I get something really good. Or maybe the podcast takes off and we get paid with that, but that's
the dream.
That's a shot in the dark at the moment. But, like, I want to get, like, a really good job, like a fucking job that'll pay me, like, decent amounts where I can, like, get a house and a car and stuff, or, like, take out a mortgage at least, something decent, so I don't feel like I'm fucking failing. But then I remember, I'm like, I'm only 21 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm still, like, I mean, not so to be like, oh, I'm a young person, I don't have to do anything. I've been working since I was fucking 15 years old, and I've been living on my own since I was 17. So, I mean, I know that I'm not fucking some special little fucking weeb that has to fucking get everything handed to him. But I don't want to fucking have a minimum wage job my entire life. Like, I want to do something good, like actually have a career, and I get like a 401k and stuff. And I did machining for a while. I mean, you did machining too. So I was thinking maybe I could get back into that, but I'd have to get a car first. because I've literally, all the machine shops that near where we live, I've pretty much already worked at all of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they let me go because they didn't need the workers, so I don't know why they would hire me back.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. I actually applied for a job the other day. It was some kind of, like, cleanup thing. It's like an environmental whatever, but it's like they're the ones that go in the houses with, like, the hazmat suits on and, like, clean out asbestos and, like, molded wood and shit like that.
Sick.
And apparently you can get paid like $22 an hour. And I was like, sure, I can do stuff like that. But one of the things, it's like, oh, you have to get your CDL and fucking, because you have to drive like heavy equipment. And yeah, I assume you have to drive the trucks with the heavy equipment on the back of them or something. So I don't know if I'd be able to do that part. But I applied to it anyways, just in case, because maybe they'll be like, sure, we'll help you get your CDL or something. I know some jobs will literally pay you to go get your schooling for your CDL, so
yeah.
You never know. I figured it was just a decent shot to try and do something better than what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do with my life. Hoping that the podcast takes off is basically all I can do right now.
I mean, even if the podcast does take off and we get like sponsors and stuff, we'll probably still have to work. Because podcasts aren't really super big, so the highest we'll get is probably like maybe a couple thousand views per episode or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we'll get like low tier sponsors and stuff like that. I know I'm being negative, but I just know there's a billion podcasts, like, and literally like the most, like the popular ones all get like maybe like 30,000, but unless you're Joe Rogan and get like 16 million per episode, but that's because Joe Rogan literally just has the best fucking podcast, in my opinion. But I mean, the stats speak for it, so don't fucking get triggered.
All I know is I need more money.
Yeah, same.
I spend my money too stupid right now.
Oh my god!
To continue.
I literally am
working the way I do.
I'm literally the worst with money. I'm like, oh boy, I got paid. I don't have to pay rent till next week, so I'm blowing my whole fucking paycheck.
Yeah, I'm like, got my first paycheck from Pizza Hut. Let me go buy a vape.
I'm like, wow, I got paid more than usual this week. That means I can buy cool stuff, right? And then I just end up I'm like, oh, I only have $100 left. Well, okay.
Yeah, luckily I don't have bills to pay for because I'd probably just end my life.
So I always pay my bills and stuff. Like, I never have an issue with that. But I don't save my extra money outside of the bills, so I'm just kind of fucking myself over. I could probably easily have a car or stuff right now, but I'm just like, I need more microphones for the podcast. I need some more G Fuel.
Yeah.
But, I mean, whatever. I don't know. I'll probably live till I'm like 80 for no fucking reason, so I'll have lots of time to work. I don't know. We'll see. It's literally, I'm fucking young as shit, so anything can happen. Literally, you never know. Literally anything. You could be like, all right, some guy could walk into cricket and be like a billionaire and be like, wow, your service was so good. Want to work for me? And I'm like, sick. And work at some fucking crazy company and get like a bunch of money from that.
What I want to do, I don't know. Kind of the podcast is kind of a good gateway into it. Is I want to get into radio. I think it would be cool to be like a radio guy.
That'd be pretty sick. It'd be the new Slick Tom.
Yeah.
Like, hey, coming up now on 97 Rock, we got ourselves some fucking The Who. Yeah.
And then people call in and I call them stupid. Like our favorite
Yeah, they're just like,
sports
hey,
channel.
Hey, can you play Sweet Home Alabama? Like, I already played it 3 times today, asshole.
Literally.
Literally just Slick
like
Tom.
we've played that all day today.
Like, you're the 5th caller to ask for that song, so no, I'm not going to play it. Thank you. The only problem with radio is it's not really, it's kind of dying out.
Yeah, it's dying, but it's never going to really die.
Yeah.
Just because it's free. But
yeah, so anybody can listen to the radio. Just be like, all right, let me tune in to my favorite radio station.
Yeah, it is dying, but I feel like I have a chance.
Do you have to go to school and stuff for that, or
Yeah, I'd have to go to like journalism.
unless
school.
you get like lucky and someone's just like, we need some interns, and you're just like, all right, and then you're good, and they're just like, sure.
Be like, I know how to talk on a microphone. I do it on the internet.
Literally, if it blew up, you probably could.
Yeah.
If like the podcast like got decent and like it got you just like, oh, I run this like pretty well known podcast. They're like, that's pretty cool. I think it'd be pretty sick if we did our podcast over the radio, even though not many people would listen to it.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like on some random station that no one's ever heard. Like the local stations or something. We're like, hey, how's it going? And they're just like, what's this, Skip?
Yeah, all 5 people listening to it. They're like, they're talking about some stupid movie. Cool.
Wow. Very interesting. They're like, wow, they're babbling on about dumb shit again because they have nothing to talk about. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Whatever. Once more stuff happens in our lives, we'll be able to talk more. Like,
Yeah, I mean-
once the summer gets going, we'll have more shit to talk about because we'll be doing more stuff.
We've dragged this one out to an hour already, so.
Yeah, just raging and complaining about stuff. Like, job bad, give money, need more. And then it just took up like 30 minutes of the time. We're like,
Yeah.
sick. All right. So, yeah. So to recap on the upcoming events, we're gonna be starting video podcasts soon, and if that's something that interests you, that'd be definitely a bonus for the people that like to use YouTube and stuff. So you'll be able to see us, and we'll do dumb stuff, and we'll be like pointing at the camera and be like, "Oh, ree." And we're gonna get a sign. Probably, I'm just gonna get a sign that'll just be like a poster board or something. Oh, excuse me. We have a couple businesses in town that'll make signs and stuff for relatively cheap. So, yeah, we're gonna have Joe Taylor on the first podcast for video podcast. I think that's gonna be super awesome. It'd probably be one of our most interesting podcasts because it'll actually have a topic to talk about, and it'll be something pretty interesting. Plus, Joe is one of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my life, so it'll probably be very entertaining. I mean, we probably could talk about stuff other than boxing, so I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's probably gonna be it for us on this episode.
Yeah. Somehow we made an episode. I
Episode
don't know how we did, but
episode 12 of Lamentable Podcast.
thanks for putting up with our stupidness.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and if you're listening to it on Spotify, give us a sick follow. You know what I'm saying? Just scroll up to the top there and press that follow button there. This will be on YouTube soon. We always put them on Spotify first, but they'll be on YouTube eventually, and we'll show you the sick shirt, and you'll get to see that, which will be pretty cool. So you can give us a sick thumbs up and a subscription on YouTube. That'll be awesome. We have social medias. We have accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search up Lamentable Podcast on either of those, and it'll literally pop up because there's no other Lamentable Podcast but us. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything you want to add, Kyle?
No, I think we're good.
Don't forget to put your toast in the freezer.
Yep. Boil up some water at the beginning of the week and freeze it.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, then you don't have to boil water all week.
All right, thanks for watching. That's been episode 12 of Lamentable Podcast. Peace.